Alright, welcome back everybody. We are here for the second map of Mihai's Flow versus Leviathan Gaming. The opening match of the ESEA LAN. We all got a little bit blue-balled there at the end of the last map as the server actually shut down, denying us the ability to see the final round, the closing minutes. But we did get confirmation from some of the people at LAN that Mihai's Flow took the round, finished the map 5-4, taking Warmfront over Leviathan Gaming. And now we're moving on to Badlands, and both myself and Sigma were pretty in agreement that Mihai's Flow, if they were going to lose any map of this best of 3, it was going to be CP Warmfront, and now they're on to maps that they're stronger on. They're definitely good at CP Badlands, especially because of the soldier aggression. It worked really well on Warmfront, as we saw. It works even better on Badlands, because the map is just so much more condensed, so much easier to actually do damage here. What are you looking forward to here, Sigma?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I expected to see the huge double soldier bomb around corner. The big difference between the two on Badlands and the two on Warmfront. Well, I mean, there's a spire there, that's great, but you can jump in for free. There's no roof that inhibits your free-flying soldiers from just pretty much getting as far into yard as they want off a big bomb. So it definitely does really play in flow style. I would expect them to even start pushing mids with that, even if they lose the mid. They're a very aggressive team. They like to just force fights all the time, and that big wide open air above the choke lets them do that. Just bomb the soldiers, walk the medic in behind them, and I think LG is going to have a really hard time dealing with that kind of aggression. We're probably going to see a lot heavier fragging out of LG than we did earlier in that game, and I think it's maybe kind of a shame for them that Warmfront was the first map. I thought it would be good because Shrugger was still getting used to things, but Shrugger seemingly got used to things in about 30 seconds and then started crushing nerds. So it would have been nicer if LG hadn't dropped so many rounds in the first half to those wipes on mid. I think they could have taken that map, but yeah, Badlands is going to be tough for them.
And if you notice in chat right now, Shrugger says, I played first 3 rounds on 75 FOV, and you'll notice that as soon as he switched back, he actually did play significantly better. He started winning more 1v1s. I don't think people realize how much of an effect FOV actually has in-game, even though you can barely notice the difference at first. I know that Smacka said that when he was playing with 75 field of view, he actually got a little bit of a headache just from his viewpoint changing up, so Shrugger switched his field of view back to 90 and played way better. We do have 10 players in the server right now, 11 in fact, so it looks like we're very close to going live. DVC and Spec, in fact. Let's get a quick prediction out of you, Sigma. What do you think is going to happen?
I do want to see it go to a third match, because I always love to see as close matches as possible, but I have to predict for Flow here, and I'm going to say 5-2, because I think they're just going to be too strong on Badlands for LG to deal with their huge aggression. No, I'm going to change it, 5-3. Well, they'll be closer than that, but I still think Flow's going to take the map.
Yeah, we just got word that the ESEA admins have announced on Twitter that they have changed the configs. They have fixed it so that we will not get destroyed, get heartbroken again as the map changes a little too early. So we will be guaranteed to see every single second of this map. And ESEA fixed the config, so shout out to them for fixing it so quickly. I think for my prediction, I agree with you that it's going to be close, but I don't think the score is going to be close. I think this is going to be a 5-2 to Flow. I think a lot of the fights are going to be close. I think rounds are going to be won on very slim margins, but I think Flow are just going to win off of the small advantages that they get, take big advantage of the small advantages, have like one player down and push in and win the game off of that kind of thing. I can see that happening a lot. So I do think that Flow will take this. We're at least in agreement on that.
Yeah, as I see, we're approaching 2,000 viewers on stream, and I'm pretty sure that's more people than actually play TF2 competitively. So, thanks for that, and I'll just give a little bit of an overview. Badlands, this is the most played map in competitive TF2. It hasn't been out as long as Granary. I mean, it's been out for, I don't know, I think it was like early 2008 that it got released or something like that, whereas Granary's been in since the start of the game in 2007. But this is the most popular map. This is what everybody scrims in off-season, so these teams are extremely familiar on it. Warmfront, also a pretty old map, but it's only been around for 5 seasons or so, so that's like 2 years we've been playing Warmfront or something like that, whereas Badlands has been played to death. I mean, nobody scrims Warmfront out of its week, but in a lot of pugs and stuff. People play Badlands all the time, so you see some very varied mid rollouts on this map. Teams will often opt to approach from the valley area, coming in lower and then jumping their soldiers up because it gives you a very big space to avoid sticky spam from the demo man. You also see kind of the more traditional, the original house rollout coming out of the door next to the health pack, which has problems with the demo man, but I mean, with the potential for mids to come from any direction and quick soldier jumps, it's still a viable mid. And of course, a lot of things the teams will do to mix it up. They'll come from the choke area, coming around the corner up the stairs, jump people off of the balcony. You know, a lot of stuff can happen. That's just this, because people have played this map so much, they know all the strategies for this. So typically what we just look forward to is people approach from some direction, soldiers jump at each other, scouts jump off and on trains and shoot soldiers, and soldiers become sad because scouts are really good. And then demo and throw stickies, fragging happens. It's a really tough mid to survive as medic if you're committing out of house basically, and you have to if you want to win the point. So should be an interesting play. I mean, we even see people go under the point sometimes. It's gotten to that point where
I have seen Flow run the underplay. They don't run quite the same underplay. Usually you push underneath the point with your soldier and run up the enemy ramp into their house, but Flow like to do, they run their medic and demo under and actually push him up the ramp, and the soldiers bomb over top. I've seen them do it a few times. I will hopefully see it here. But we are about to go live here on CP Badlands. This is the second map of Mihai's Flow versus Leviathan Gaming. Flow have a one-map lead. If they win this, it's all over for the first map here, but we are live. Interesting to see the rollouts, whether Benny or Soup will choose to go window. Looks like Soup actually will go with the quick window route. He's going to sit in that window, be a little more defensive, protected better. Both scouts getting aggressive on the point for Flow. Banny backed up in a choke. The bomb comes onto Banny. Wonderwall getting good damage onto him. Banny's backed up in the house, but the counter jumps come from Leviathan Gaming. Wonderwall goes down. A bit of a slow developing mid here from Flow. Hardblue is playing around underneath. Shrugger and Soup go down. But Sizer and Davies here are going down. I hear Needles going off here.
Oh, Shade, 5
Ruin,
HP.
Hardblue down. Shade on 5 HP, and Pure is all the way out to lower lobby right now. Not what you have come to expect from Flow. They usually get a lot more aggressive than that. The only one who ever really got into that fight was Wonderwall. Hardblue just kind of sat around under and fighting. What did you see, Sigma?
well, Flow opted for kind of a slow developing underplay, but then they backed out of under. They didn't commit to it. I think once Wonderwall went down, they got a little passive. Pure did make it out because of that, so they'll have Uber for last, but LG had opted for the closet play, and then they abandoned that when they saw Flow under, and Tyrone jumped back to help with Wonderwall. But now we have Clockwork coming in, just trying to suicide make a play. It's very difficult to push off a scout pick because he can come back so quickly, so Flow won't be able to move off that.
Plus, Leviathan Gaming have Sizer on heavy right now, and they've run this a lot in scrims. They keep that heavy in the upper lobby here. It just denies Flow from pushing out. It's a very good strategy against Flow, because Flow love to push off of like one man down. We do see Clockwork just coming back up on Scout. I was hoping for a little sniper play. Tyrone peeking on upper here. Sizer kind of sitting in the stairs. This isn't what you normally see with the heavy. Usually you'll see the heavy come late into a fight and get crit heals. If you haven't been healed in a while, your heal rate shoots up to about double, but they've just been getting Sizer involved in the fights here. He likes to come in through lower main. Leviathan want to get their heals in order. They want to buff everyone right before this push, and they are healed now. I'd expect the push to finally come, but Tyrone is still playing this pensively. He's trying to think, trying to figure out where to go. Davies going in for the solo bomb. Oh, he gets a great rocket onto Pure, and Pure is forced to pop. Will Flow even be able to do anything with this? Davies goes down. There's very little health on Tyrone, but he's in a very safe position. Full Uber advantage here for Leviathan Gaming. This is their opportunity, but Ruin is on heavy in main, forcing the Uber here. Actually, but Sizer will get a double kill onto Hardblue and Ruin. The soldier jump from Tyrone comes, putting a ton of pressure onto Pure and Soup. Soup actually has to drop, and Pure goes down. Flow not in any kind of position to defend this. Bandy just walks onto the point and takes it. You see the heavy coming into huge effect here, Sigma.
Yeah, that was a very nicely organized suicide by LG. We saw I was just watching Tyrone because I thought they were going to push. They fooled me into that so much because he was edging right up through top, but they had to jump at the same time, and they're just showing the combo so that Pure is more pressured to pop, or if a lot of damage goes on Pure, they can just maybe jump, force their pocket in there as well and get another kill. So LG opting, both teams take each other's closet, but then Flow sees LG and kind of opts for a bit of an underplay again. That didn't work out too well last time though. And we have a soldier shotgunning down onto Pier, doesn't get him. Wonderwall with the defense, but now a scout.
Clockwork on the Pier in Valley right now. He takes him down with some long-range shots there. It's just Wonderwall and Clockwork will pistol him down as well. A nice double kill there for Clockwork, and I believe Sizer also got a double, maybe even a triple. Banning onto the Spire quickly here. Ruin is the only one up. And it looks like we were completely wrong as we thought Flow were going to continue their dominance into this map, but it looks like LG have figured out how to play Badlands, and not just middle, but second and last as well. But Sizer is in last trying to make a play. I think he wants to suicide and come back heavy, but this is where Flow are at their best. They have a one-player advantage. There is no Uber up for either side. I would expect the Flow push here, at least some aggression. You can see Hardblue moving through the balcony right now. Sugar's dancing around a resupply. Big bomb from Wonderwall. He gets launched up in the air and goes down quickly to the combination of Banny and Clockwork. That will hurt Flow's push so badly. And Pure is trapped out here. Stickies by Banny onto the front door. Takes him down. Pure is dead. A full Uber advantage for Leviathan Gaming, and they have the heavy up. They suicided Sizer to get that. Heavy might not even come into effect here. They're at 85% Uber and ready to push right now. Pure will come up, but Flow are going to have to defend this with heals, and they're not going to have nearly as much health. Pure does switch to crits just in case they get it. Shrugger goes down to Clockwork. Clockwork go down. That's a good trade for him, though. As Leviathan are just taking such a hold on this point, they get Banny under the cap, and the Heavy is just there to deny everyone entry. A very, very strong round there from Leviathan, and they are now up 2-0.
Yeah, Flow's usual tricks not working, or kind of a miscue. Like Pure getting caught out on Gray there was bad for them. I mean, most teams won't push that. You won't push out a last with a scout kill because the scout comes back so quickly, and Banny just stickied up Spire because he knew Flow was going to do it, because that's what Flow does, but it didn't work for them. Now Flow, super aggressive, soldiers bombing right away.
Huge bomb from Hardblue, just falls into the valley and does nothing. He takes down Banny. I guess that's not really nothing, but Clockwork goes down as well, but Pure gets chased down by Sizer, Ruin and Wonderwall down as well. It's just Shrugger alive, fighting underneath. Cannot do anything against the three players of Leviathan Gaming. You saw Flow changed it up there. They got the quick aggression. Wonderwall went aggressive inside of the house. Hardblue got onto the demo, but it's just not working. Leviathan seem to have this handled.
Yeah, they're playing really strong here. Man, I was almost expecting Dave to jump Shade up to Spire with the quick fix bungee, but no, we're not running quick fix. This is a serious game. Flow going to go for the forward hold here. This is where they sticky low lobby doors to force the enemy team to take longer to get in, but LG knows how to deal with it. You just climb your medic up onto Spire. Now they spotted the medic on Spire. Clockwork dies trying to make a play. That's okay. I mean, he's just a scout. Actually,
Hardblue goes down there.
Yeah, they're persistent with the forward hold even after they see Shade on Spire. The threat of the Uber should have been enough to make them back up, but they try to get a bit more spam.
Dave is pushing last to the lower right now. There's a scout that spots him. He's onto the scout. Good damage on him, but Soup is back. Dave AC goes down. Wonderwall down as well, but the Uber's popped here from Leviathan Gaming. Soup taking good damage. Craters off of that rocket from Tyrone. Tyrone with the big solo Uber here. He's on to Pure right now. Pure's looking for Uber Saws. Knows the only way he's going to win this if he get a few hits. He cannot get them. Banny coming in to clean everybody up, and Shade runs onto the point and captures it. 3-0 Leviathan Gaming. How are we so wrong, Sigma?
It must be the sleep deprivation because I don't know. Has LG been in some sort of Badlands training camp for the last 2 weeks or something? Because their mids are absolutely crushing. Like, I mean, their pushes to last and 2 are good as well, but their mids are really the deciding factor in this. Or maybe Red Team is just really good on this map, and now we're going to see Flow roll them. Just kidding.
Leviathan were actually not very good in their Badlands scrims that I saw. They were losing rounds to a mixed team of some low invite players. Did not bode well for them. That's why I predicted Flow to win this, but we are about to start the second half here. Flow ready to get back in this. I think they have some idea of what they want to change up to counter Leviathan here, mostly to counter Banny, as he's been doing an insane amount of work on middles. We do see him going very quickly. He's going to take the house route this time. Looks like Soup is going to come into the window again. Play that defensive mid. He's able to get good damage, and he's rather safe in that window. Flow coming through the valley. Both soldiers. Hardblue jumps. Wonderwall wanted to jump, but he got denied a bit. Wonderwall onto Dave AC. Hardblue onto Banny. Banny and Dave AC down. Hardblue is the only pick right now, but Soup goes down to Sizer. Sizer is taken down by Shrugger. Clockwork is getting really aggressive here on the train, but he's forced into the valley. The late bomb by Tyrone. He just gets shot out of the air by Ruin. Shade is running away in valley as Clockwork tries to make a play. He cannot, and it's taken down by Wonderwall. That is 5 down, and Shade is getting shot by Ruin right now. Ruin with a huge play into the valley, into the resupply, chasing Shade down. takes him down, full wipe for Leviathan Gaming.
The control point is being captured.
Yeah, I saw a big soldier bomb come onto Banny early. I can't remember if that was Hardblue or Wonderwall, but he missed all his air pipes. What? Banny missing air pipes? What is this? And just went down, so that was a big factor on mid. Shade just coming up now. Pierre has full Uber, so we're going to see if LG can do a better job than their opponents at reflecting an Uber push on last, but it's a very tough task. Although, I can't really tell. I was watching the respawns from Flo or LG to see the classes, and Flo having a hard time moving forward with this. Like, there's Scout, Ruin getting caught there. Their combo just now making it into top mid, so
they can get a free pick on Tyrone here. Tyrone's 2 health, he gets taken out by Sugar, that's 2 down for Leviathan. Clockwork just now spawning. Uber popped very early though, not entirely sure why. Hardblue was in on this, heavy taken down, good focus firing there. Hardblue with another pick on the Banny. Sugar sacrifices onto the point and Soup stickies it off and they cap it to make it 3-1 Leviathan, and you saw there how quickly things can change. Flo with a dominant mid, exactly the same that we saw from Leviathan in the first half. And it looks like Flo may have found their swagger back, but we are going to take over the second mid of the second half here. Soup once again going to the window. Banny actually meets him in his own window this time. Clockwork getting aggressive onto the enemy closet here. Scout on the point for Flo. The bomb comes from Tyrone onto the point, but Wonderwall with a much better bomb takes down DVC. Tyrone chases down Hardblue, but Soup nice to pick onto Shade. Both medics down here now with Sizer. There's some nice cleanup frags onto Pure and Soup, and Shrugger goes down to Clockwork, but Ruin coming in late for the huge play. Ruin on full health still. Clockwork on 22, 3 kill by Ruin. He's on to Sizer as well. Will he get a 4 kill? Ruin on 40 health right now. Dueling Sizer in house. Takes him down. Big middle from Ruin there. Turns it around for Flo.
Huge scout story in that middle there. Sizer picking up 3k, Ruin picking up 3k, and then 1v1ing to decide the mid. Ruin proving to have, he got the better position right next to the health pack, and he landed that shot into Sizer to finish him off, so Flo takes the mid, but it's even Uber's slight advantage going to Shade.
Actually a 20% advantage to Shade. They pretty much died at the same time. I think Pure just took the forward respawn and did not heal as much, but LG a little caught out right now, getting forced into the lobby here off of the aggression from Flo, but they do have that soldier up on top of the spire with the height advantage, able to spam down his rockets for free. They want to get that soldier off of the spire right now. Tyrone's doing so much damage up there. Soldier jumps on the spire, that's Wonderwall onto Shade, craters himself, but does get good damage on Shade, 37 health. They know that Leviathan have the advantage right now, and Leviathan might want to push out for this. There are stickies to the choke though. It looks like Shade is going through the house. Wants to get that health back, but the Uber does come up for Flo right now. Scout in alone, Clockwork gets killed before anyone else even enters the fight. That cannot have been Leviathan's designed play. Looks like there was some miscommunication there. Either Clockwork in too early or Leviathan just not realizing that it was time to go, and they are backed up underneath the Grey Bridge right now.
Yeah, it was a tough situation for them because they don't want to pop in the door because they know Flo has Uber and they don't want to give them the opportunity to kite away. But Shade on 50 health means he can die and drop it at any time, so they needed to wait for that health pack, and then that gave Pure or Flo the opportunity to just reset here. Now, it's Flo's turn to push off the spawn advantage, and they're going to shove flank with their combo. Big Soldier Bomb trying to come in and catch somebody, but actually they get Dave, so that's good for them. And
Clockwork cleans up Wonderwall, and solos Hardblue, huge play by Clockwork. Banny taking down Shrugger. Choke. Ruin is in. He takes a ton of damage. He's on about 40 health on the Spire.
Leviathan forces Pure with the soldiers down, so Force is going to do nothing from Flo.
Ruin is backcapping. Ruin starts the backcap. He has about 30% right now. There's no heavy class in position to jump this. Both scouts are there for Leviathan, but they have been drawn off the point. Ruin is fighting both scouts at once. A 1v2 here. He even lives for that long. He's still alive even. And he does take down the Wonderwall on middle, and they start the cap again. Ruin is cleaned up. But that delayed for so long that Flo now have 40% Uber. They can back up rather safely to their lobby here. And it looks like Leviathan are still slow at pushing. There's a scout underneath middle. Clockwork does finish Shrugger off. Wanted to just delay as long as possible there. And we now have 75% Uber for Flo. They will have this in time to defend last, if not even Spire.
Yeah, we had Soup setting sticks at bottom mid though. Now he's getting to bats, but Banny's already in position there, so he was preparing to defend last a little bit early and took a bit too much time getting to Spire, so the cap goes on to Spire for LG. Even Ubers now, and a little bit, I see a semblance of a forward hold from Flo here, but their combo's back at last, so they're just going to give it up. That was just Wonderwall spotting as they came in. So now we're just going to buff up. Standard classes all for LG, so maybe they're going to suicide somebody here. Maybe Sizer's going to suicide to go heavy, or maybe they're just going to opt to push. We're gonna have to see what they decide to do. Perhaps another suicide.
Clockwork goes in and
suicide.
dives. And Sides, it looked like he wanted to get aggressive there to help out, maybe clean up Clockwork's damage, but he just couldn't get in. I would expect Clockwork to come back on Sniper, not really fond of the heavy play, but he is a pretty good sniper, and he does indeed spawn on that. We saw him a few times on Warmfront, don't really remember if he got any headshots. Wasn't too impactful if I can't really remember him, but we will see him coming in late to this fight, trying to get a pick, trying to give LG a reason to push here.
Yeah, we have Harblu peeking aggressively on the top door, getting some damage onto Shade because it's not fully covered, but Shade with some good movement doesn't take too much. And now it's just going to be waiting for Clockwork.
Ruin on Sniper as well. Ruin got a headshot onto Clockwork. Thankfully the overheal keeps Clockwork alive. He's on 55 health and the heals are bad for Leviathan, so it's going to be a while before he gets buffed up. I'm going to sit on Ruin Cam right now, see if he can counter-snipe effectively here. He's shut down Clockwork so far. Clockwork really can't even peek on that top left angle. He's going to rotate through to main here. It looks like rotating back up, in fact. The wonders of counter-sniping. Ruin actually switches back to heavy, pushes onto that lower left, takes a ton of damage, but forces the flank away. Gives Clockwork a chance to peek through main, but he doesn't really get a shot off as they spam it effectively. He's now peeking back on that top left, but nobody's even going to peek there, I don't think. Flo are well aware of the angles that Clockwork likes to abuse on Sniper. He desperately wants an angle here. We actually saw this in a Badlands match earlier this season with Leviathan. They sat on the idea of the Sniper pick for so long, and it actually works out here. Big pick onto Wonderwall. That should be enough for Leviathan to push. There is the heavy up. Ruin is even separated from his team. I don't know if Leviathan even knows he's there, but the Uber's popped in through main. Soldier drops down. The heavy picks Sizer as he tries to come late to the fight, but Banny comes in and cleans up the heavy. Banny has height advantage here, and the flow combo is out of position. Banny with good spam on the ground, but Banny will be taking out my Supia. The soldier comes on the point. That's Tyrone on the point. Nice air pipe from Soup up above the point to kill Tyrone.
Clockwork. Oh, he tries for the that miracle shot onto Pure, but I think he didn't even manage to connect the body shot. So now LG reeling. They have the spawn advantage, but they don't have the numbers. They're going to be back at mid. Just going to build the Uber here. It's still a good position for them. They still hold middle, so they still have the prerogative to push once they're, they manage to work a pick or get Uber here. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Flo just saying, okay, well they were still one down, so Clockwork's not going to have a buff. Let's go in. But it looks like they're kind of stalling out in the yard here, so opting for a bit more of a conventional play and at least going to work up their Uber here.
Yeah, Flo are just holding in yard right now. I think they do want to push right on the button. As they get this, you can see Shrugger building right now. Actually, it's Ruin building, going against what the t-shirts say. For everyone who doesn't know, if you haven't seen a LAN picture yet, I wish someone would post that into the Twitch TV chat. But everyone on Flo showed up to LAN wearing t-shirts that say Shrugger build and have a little scout imposed on them. Nice little show of union there. Looks like LG actually want to get aggressive with their Uber here. This is where Dyonysus will bomb into force, but he gets cratered. Nice meat shots there from Ruin. And Harblu tries to get aggressive, but he just gets spammed so hard, and the pop comes late from Flo. Harblu goes down, and the Uber is forced. Not a good turnaround here. Soup goes down as well. Ruin Shrugger down to Banny. Banny doing a lot of work on that play. Pure is out in lobby. Wonderwall is sitting at the forward respawn right now. There's a soldier up on balcony for Leviathan. That would be Tyrone, but Pure is already on last, ready to just build up. But Leviathan are not going to give them the chance. They're pushing through main right now. Banny is taking the point off. The spawns are coming, but Tyrone is getting on the point from behind. It's a great rocket onto Soup. Takes Soup down, and the Banny deaths on Harblu. The medic on the point. Pure with a nice Uber slot kill into Tyrone. The Ubers are pretty much even here, but the numbers are even as well with that death of Tyrone. But Wonderwall goes down. Banny trying to push them through main. Gets another kill onto Shrugger and Pure as well. It's just Ruin alive and a pipe from Banny. Big 4 kill there from Banny. Maybe even a 5 if you trace it all the way back to that kill on Harblu. And that will win Leviathan the round, making it 4-1 Leviathan Gaming.
And as Clockwork throws into general chat, LG Banny right there. I mean, Flo's health was really bad, but Banny just lining up all his shots. I don't think he missed a single sticky in that last repush. Now we roll out to another mid. That's, what, 4-1? Yeah. So, an attempt to go closet from Flo.
Banny down instantly! Ooh! Soup goes down as well.
So no demos in this fight anymore. Both teams kind of taking their side, and now it's just a DM point at mid, which Flo seems to be winning.
Clockwork on the Pure takes him down. There is a soldier in Valley for Leviathan Gaming. Dyonysus goes down.
I think the friend
Shade eats a direct rocket. 2 direct rockets on the Shade. Wonderwall sitting in that little bush beside the house. Splashed him, and Harblu finished him off, and then Harblu with a nice cleanup rocket onto Clockwork on the rock there on middle to win the mid for Flo. Pure, excuse me, Need to stop speaking as if Pure is my best friend in the world, calling him his first name. He will have the Uber advantage here, only about 10%.
Well, Hardblue in lobby on Banny in an unpredictable position, gets him with some nicely placed rockets. Tyrone's there to finish the frag, but no Demo Man makes it really hard to hold this area, and I think LG is just going to have to back up to their last. Without stickies in lobby, it's very easy for Flow to just walk into it, so well played from Hardblue there. That's a good trade for them. And LG kind of going to hold forward here, and that's going to cause Tyrone to die to those big stickies coming out from Soup along with the focus from Wonderwall. Hardblue going Spy. Ruin tries to make a play at last, but he gets seen. Actually staying in, so he's opening the door for Flow to make their move, and Flow's coming in the pre-Uber push. Pure
Hardblue is
really low.
in through main, but they get on the point. Hardblue might not even affect this fight at all. Just some nice flank cleanup there as Wonderwall gets in through lower. Wonderwall and Ruin combining to do some work. It's 4-2 now, and Flow looking a little better here. They turned that mid-fight around. Banny did go crazy in the round before, but they've shown that all they need to do on mids is target Banny, and they're probably going to have a win go towards them. Banny is coming out of house this time. Soup in the window, I think? I lost track of Soup entirely, but Hardblue is pushing through the closet right now. The quick bomb from Wonderwall. Dave AC is pushing directly in the closet and takes down Pure, though. Dave AC, Sizer, and Clockwork down, however. Shade on very low life as well. Shrugger comes in to clean him up. Banny hits a nice pipe onto him, and Soup goes down in the meanwhile by Tyrone. Hardblue onto Tyrone. It's just Banny alive, but that is enough to win rounds, as we've seen so far. He's on 95 health, compared to the 42 total health of Flow. If Banny knows how low they are, he's certainly going to contest this. He's trying to spam some stickies over the house onto middle here and get some deaths. Misses the debt, however. There is a Soldier and Scout capping. Hardblue unfortunately does not have the health or position, and LG have the spawns. He can't go into lobby and pick Banny again, so Leviathan will be able to defend second here.
Yeah, despite the fact that both those guys are on really low health, it doesn't really matter to a Demo Man if you have, 20 health or if you have 100. Well, a pipe will kill you either way, so a low health scout's just as good as a full health scout, and it's intimidating to go up against Rune in that situation, so I've kind of been noticing LG's tendency to focus the medic on these few mids, and typically what happens in that situation is you kill their medic first, but fragging classes are a lot more powerful than medics in quick situations, because medics can only heal for 24 health a second, barring crit heals, and fragging classes can do way more damage than that, so if you do that kind of play, you kind of have to back your own medic out and make it become a very long fight, but Shade's been dying after Pure in all these mids, so I'm not sure what LG's plan is, but they are one round away from victory, so just one of these going a bit more their way can be the game winner, because I don't think we've even seen a team recap mid once in this game after it's gone down to the initial mid fight.
Yeah, I think Leviathan right now just want to bait out something from Flow and make them make a mistake. LG are in command of this match. They know they can just turtle. They know they can just sit there and waste away this timer. At the start of the round, there was about 18 minutes left. Probably knock that down to about 15 or 16 right now. Leviathan could continue to milk that away. The Uber is popped here from Leviathan Gaming. Not what they wanted. Wonderwall comes in, makes a great force. Leviathan trying to get aggressive in the house here, but Hardblue is there to deny them. And the Uber's popped for Flow. Soup and Hardblue come out for that kill into Tyrone. Shade is running away low lobby, needling his way into the lobby. Clockwork tries to get aggressive here, eats a direct rock. He's still onto that scout. Dave AC in from behind, huge play onto Pure, takes him down, Hardblue down as well, and Clockwork miraculously lives there despite being the focus of all the spam. Ruin comes in and cleans up a Clockwork. Shrugger cleaning up Sizer as well. He does eat that pipe from Banny, but they will take that trade just because it rebounded the fight. Banny is trapped in the resupply right now. Ruin is going to go up to the point. The Uber advantage is in Leviathan Gaming's hands, and Wonderwall will go down as well in deep trying to make a play here. Banny jumps up to the Spire here. Nice little play from him. Takes down Soup even. But Ruin is onto the medic in lower lobby. Shade, unfortunately for Ruin, has very good positioning and gets away. But is Ruin going to get away as well? He just flees to middle at 12 health. His little scout legs kicking as fast as they possibly can.
Yeah,
and Leviathan are pushing in through choke already. Sorry to cut you off, Sigma. We got to take over the action here as Hardblue goes down. Tyrone down as well. That's the pocket for both teams. But Shrugger will go down as well. It looks like there will be no more fighting, no more contesting. So take it away, Sigma.
Yeah, I was just going to say Flow wasn't going to get away there because Soup was still down from that late death on Spire, and LG's momentum isn't going to stop. They have the full Uber. They're pushing around flank. Dave and Shade with the scout there in position. Flow
Dave on the Soup
running
top,
from them. They know the threat of the Uber here and is
big jump there
catches
from Dave AC. Soup was turned around.
Sticks for last now.
Yeah, Soup was turned around looking behind. There's also 11 health on Ruin. He gets taken down. That's very bad for Flo. Remember, this is 4-2. Wonderwall makes a nice pick onto Dave AC. That could slow the push down just a little. Clockwork is rushing to point right now. No stickies on Hard Blue. Wonderwall gets taken down. Oh! Pure drops Hard Blue and lets Leviathan take the point and win the map. 5-2 is the score here. Leviathan Gaming take the round. And that's not the kind of mistake you'd expect from Pure, but he has dropped a soldier twice now today. Wow.
Wow. I mean, jeez. You got the score right at least, but it's backwards.
Yeah, entirely backwards. It looks like we're both very dumb people. Leviathan showing me that they can play Badlands in a way I haven't seen them play. Like, I've been watching a lot of scrims as a warm-up to the LAN, and I've never seen them look this good or this dominant here.
Yeah, are we back to like season 7 or 9 or something, where LG kind of looked weak coming into LAN, but then they just crushed everybody? Is this the old LAN LG that we're seeing come back? Maybe the case is they push it to a third map where we didn't think that they were going to manage to be able to do it.
Yeah, well, this is a very strong map for Flow. They are probably the best invite team at playing CP Process. Pretty much every team I know, and I am an open that wants to get good at Process, steals Flow's tactics. I went through an STV demo of Flow just recently to see what they do on Process. And I am very impressed with their play. They do that same soldier aggression, but just the way they move after it is very key. They get both soldiers in while everyone else is getting healed up, and while everyone is dealing with Hard Blue and Wonder while they push forward. And even though I'm going to give the advantage to Flo once again, we just saw what happens when you and I say that Flo are in the driver's seat as they got annihilated by Leviathan Gaming on Badlands here.
Yeah, very dominant performance from LG, just chaining together huge mids. And they even took that round back after I commented that people can't take mid back, this is tough on Badlands. No, LG managed to swing that round back, so really well played by them. And kind of gives some hope on Process, because if we do remember Process, there's a kind of tricky Demo Man rollout that involves a surf off of the ramp thingy going into choke, and then you get there like 2 seconds faster if you can do it right. So we might see some demo dominance from Banny on that mid, although I can't think back to the regular season as to how LG played on that map. But at this point I'd say it's practically anybody's game with how LG is playing.